What's up, Tim? I'll jump in Discord. Cool. Whew. Always fun starting the YouTube streams. The excitement. They're just great.
What's gonna go wrong this time?
Right.
Forever. YouTube streaming is terrible.
It's not terrible, it's just, hey, what's up, Snoop / Cripple? One of those sounds like an insult. How we doing today? Where's my beverage? Tasty beverage. Not sponsored by Mountain Dew yet. Can't even see it. What's up, Father John? What? Why have I not contributed all my beta keys? What's up, Trong? What's up, son? What else can I spend energy on? The hard part. Finding things to spend energy on that are worthwhile. And then ending up just getting gear anyway. Boop, boop. There it is. Mantis, come to me. Nah, there's no reason to open that. What's up, Story? What's up, Army? My favorite YouTube loving Disney Sorcerers video. Nice, man. I'm happy. I might start streaming that almost exclusively on YouTube. Just easier. The problem is it's not... When Disney Sorcerers Arena comes up, like... It's easy to, like, stand on a soapbox and talk about stuff, but, like, when it comes to gameplay, the really only thing you can do repeatedly is PvP Arena. And PvP Arena is a terrible place to check out new teams. Like, you just can't prove anything in it. Because once in a while, you'll fight, like, generic nobody team, and then you'll get an actual match with a person who knows what they're doing against your, like, nothing. It's not great. Sup, Moni? Sup, Chris? How we guys doing today? We are officially 2 months in. This is the 2-month episode of Defenseless. And, I don't know. I think we can now definitively say that with no spending money and being a completely lazy person, it's easy to get to level 60 in 2 months. Any idea what the post about whimsical compressed coal was? Who made a post about whimsical compressed coal? Whimsical compressed coal is diamond. Like coal, like, right? Coal, when it's compressed, becomes diamond under pressure. In Disney Arena, if they made... Oh, then... No, I haven't seen it. Can you talk about how different parts of the game have been introduced? U5, U6, U7. Does it help lay out how someone should build? Yeah, of course I can, Father John. Where are you, English? Because I am, and it's 1 a.m. Well, no. No, I'm 100% an idiot American. So if they're saying something with whimsical compressed coal, it might be Sorcerer Stones. Honestly, they might just be bring back Sorcerer Stones. There's a lot of whale food offers today? Sure, let's find out what I'm not buying. Nope. Also no. 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 Hard no. No. Still no. Definitely not. No. No. This one. This is one of my favorite offers in the game. If I was not dedicated to a free-to-play account, I would 100% be buying this. 3,000 energy at any stage, including endgame, is a very meaningful amount of energy just for the sheer number of things you get to farm. Especially if you buy it right before reset. You know, you can, or like an hour before reset or so, you can spend the energy, wait until your daily reset, and then spend it again. You only lose out on the free, couple hundred you would have got for the day, but in the process, you get a ton of farming. Any of the Red Star packs a good purchase? I would say that I don't think any Red Star pack is worth purchasing at all. I think that the Red Star packs that come with promotion credits now are probably a little bit worth more because promotion credits matter, but actual Red Star orbs have no value at all. They, it's one of the very few things in the world, let alone in this game, where the value of the offer is exclusively found out afterwards, and you can only feel things like regret. 1,000 cores for $1, that's the new player offer. These are new player offers. Who do you plan on taking an FTD? Starlord, Minerva. Regular Fear the Darkness is just going to be the Pure Guardians team. The Fear the Darkness, and DD2, I guess. Starlord, Minerva, Invisible Woman, and I don't really know who the other two characters are going to be yet because it doesn't really matter. Because with those three characters, you could pretty much do anything. What are you planning on doing after farming Sinister Six? That's what we're going to talk about today. That's kind of the line. So here, let's take a quick look at a couple of things, right? Without really putting too much effort into anything, I have a handful of the Brotherhood, right? But not so much that it's easy. So Wolverine's going to be 7-star at about 160 some odd days, roughly half a year. So Wolverine is always a character that's going to be able to be used for a Magneto unlock. Psylocke is probably going to become farmable for me as soon as I don't worry so much about unlocking anybody. Mystique is already farmable, so that's 3 characters I'm not worried about. The Storm is probably going to be one of the characters I start farming, so that's 4. And then the question becomes, who's the 5th character I try to bring in to unlock Magneto? That's something I'm going to have to play by ear. You know, it seems like it's probably going to be Sabretooth because obviously Toad and Blob aren't farmable and none of the other characters are available. So I'm not really worried about Magneto right now. I'll get him when I get him. But his necessity has dropped dramatically. Pretty much. Yeah, I do, SJ. Oh, Juggernaut. The Doi. Yeah, I'll just farm Juggernaut. I didn't even think of that. Thank you. I totally forgot that Juggernaut doesn't show up in the Mutants, but he is Brotherhood. Next event might be August, I think. What, the next Starlord event? Or next Magneto event? It's just 3 months from now, so... May, June, July? Sometime around July? Well, yeah. About July is probably when the next event is, because Nick Fury is getting taken out of the rotation. And then, again, I'm doubling down on the fact that Nick Fury's coming out of rotation. Next Starlord event? Black Bolt, Shuri, Ebony Maw, Starlord? Phoenix, I think, is how it's gonna go. Are you the only one that's dejected that Fox Next boned us on Yo-Yo? No, man. The last video I released talking about the Premium Orb problem addresses why Premium Orbs suck, and more importantly, why Premium Orb exclusives suck, because unlike things like Ultimus Orbs or Raid team, but it also depends entirely on where the investment is. Like, all of the people who went really hard on Asgardians early, you meant Crystal in Raid or War Store? No. I specifically meant Karnak is going into Raid or War Store. They don't put characters that people want to spend money on in those stores. Oh yeah, Karnak isn't. I'm sorry. I forgot. I totally forgot. But then I was wrong 100%. Like, then I don't know where Crystal's going. That's right. Hey, Robin. It's already on the blog? Yeah, that's right. Karnak, and I forgot who the other one. Thanos? Is that it? Where do I think Crystal will go? We're due for an arena store character, but man. Couldn't tell you. Crystal, I mean, Yo-Yo being a Premium Orb exclusive is a real slap in the face. Stone Scungili? Yeah, that's probably right. Crystal goes to war, you need double War Store for more? I don't think so. Crystal, the only reason Sif is in the War Store is not because she's necessary. It's because she's necessary and not good. Hey, Goofy. Like, she's not a good character. Oh, thanks, passing. Like Sif is, of all of the characters, she is the one that is least likely to matter. Characters go in certain stores based on their ability to be purchased. Like, Heimdall went into the arena store because he was a campaign in which a lot of players got access to, and two, he's not that good. What's up, Pineapple? Didn't reset 50 promotion for $15. Did 50 promotion credits for $15 a good deal? Here, let me reset my game. That's DSA. Do you prefer MSF or DSA in the minute in general? They both scratch a different itch. Marvel Strike Force scratches the itch I have. Oh, and by the way, let me know if the music is too loud or if I'm too loud. Because YouTube is weird. Let's see. Marvel Strike Force scratches my itch to try new things because it's been around for long enough that there is a really great depth of roster and a lot of tiny little interactions that you get to play around with. And that plays with the part of my brain that likes to strategize. DSA plays with the monkey part of my brain that likes to have fun. So if you ask me which one I have more fun playing, that's DSA, because I'm not forced. My day isn't... like, I don't have to play for 8 hours over the course of a day to feel like I'm progressing in DSA. I can play for any amount of time. I can play for about a half an hour, or I could play literally all day in DSA and still get some level of personal growth, small as it may be, but I can still play and have fun. Marvel Strike Force, there are hard caps to what I can and can't do, and that might alleviate when PvP, when live PvP in Marvel Strike Force comes in, but let's face it, this is Fox Next. Live PvP is not gonna be good. Like, it's live PvP is going to have problems, let alone the fact that it's probably gonna have a very bad reward structure because it's Fox Next and they don't like to give out rewards. So it's not. I think the biggest thing holding me back is that Marvel Strike Force is a great game with a terrible developer, and DSA is an okay game with a developer that's hasn't proven themselves to be jerks yet to me. So I give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I ended up giving Fox Next the benefit of the doubt to the tune of like $15,000 until I realized that wasn't the amount of money they deserve. They deserve zero, so I just stopped spending. Talk about Yo-Yo and Arbs? I did. What's up, gamer? The loading screen appears as though Thanos is super mad at having a booger on his finger. He does. I honestly didn't know how you don't have like 5 million subscribers. Like, I love you. Oh, thank you. How I don't have 5 million subscribers is very easy. I just started doing this a couple of months ago. But you can help me, SJ Tactics. Tell all your friends. Tell all of your enemies. Tell everybody about me. They click the like button. They click the subscribe button. I get bigger. I make more content. What's up, Antwills? Is there going to be display gameplay? No. Actually, for everyone to know, after this stream, I'm going over to Twitch and I'm doing a watch party, and I think we're all going to watch Avengers together. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can... anyone can jump in, but if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch the movie with me. So we're going to do like a watch party commentary after this, probably around... It's 8:30. It's 8:20 my time right now, so like 9:20, 9:30. Just letting everybody know. How should I level the Guardians? 5, 6, or 7? That depends entirely on a bunch of things, Jermaine. But in general, the most important thing you can do is unlock Starlord. That said, you want to get the Starlord Guardians. You know, that team: Starlord, Rocket, Mantis, Groot, and Drax to 6-star. What's up, Sandman? In order to be able to like walk through Dark Dimension 1. And if you do that, you pretty much have a really solid and diverse team to go into Dark Dimension 2. So the idea I'm going for in this strategy is work towards Starlord as fast as possible, which is still going to take me about 2 passes to get. I'm right now proving, 2 months into the game, my goal is to show that in this 90 days that it usually takes a legendary character to return. In those 90 days, if you start and you work towards them, you can unlock Starlord. Once you have Starlord and you have the Guardians team, you're great, right? You can farm the character shards on them because they're going to be able to carry you through U5, U6, whatever it takes. And maybe if you unlock Thanos or Minerva through whatever, a premium orb or something like that, you can use a modified BKT or something like that. And that's fine, but the idea is that once you have the Guardians, your investment level, you don't have to put so much into them. They don't all have to be, 7 red star, 7-star, gear tier 13 or anything like that. You can get away with them not being that super powerful and do a little bit more than what other teams, Defenders, Fury Shield, would be able to accomplish with less investment. So then you can be a little bit more free to invest in other teams, which is going to help you succeed in war, which is overall going to make you a more marketable person when it comes to finding a successful alliance. I happen to get lucky and found a very, very good alliance that are helping each other and producing and growing, and I look forward to that. How high should Yondu go? Just high enough to unlock Starlord. What's the best team for the new Heroes campaign? Technically, it's just the AIM team. But the problem with the AIM team is they don't do anything for you early because you really can't afford the investments that make them great. So AIM is the best option. AIM might be the team I start working on. It depends. I'd have to think about a couple of things. I didn't get my Starlord at 6 stars the first time. I regret everything in Dark Dimension. I just got 70%. 30 months because of that. Ms. Marvel node, I don't even have a good team there. Oh yeah, Ms. Marvel node's a nightmare. Worst node in the world. I think the Ms. Marvel node in Dark Dimension 1 is functionally harder than any node in Dark Dimension 2, for one reason. Oh, you said Heroes? I thought you meant Villains 1. Who'd I use for the Heroes team? Or who am I going to use for the Heroes team? I don't really think that stuff through. So for the City Heroes, it's probably going to end up being some combination of the Spider-Verse with Ms. Marvel and then maybe JJ or Punisher or someone like that. I don't really think about it because I have to be level 70, and it took me 2 months to get to level 60, and you can start feeling the slowness. Like, I hit level 60 yesterday. I'm 10,000 points away from 70. And if you just do the quick math in your head of how much energy you spend, because you only get a decent chunk of experience per day, but it's roughly like 1.5 times the number of energy you spend because of all the dailies. I'm only getting like, how much experience a day? Maybe 800 or 900. So this is 12 days away before I get to 61. Maybe a little bit less, maybe 10, but it takes a while to get to level 70, and you can't do any of that stuff. So if we're talking about 3 or 4 months, what team I'm going to use, I have plenty of time to start working up other characters. It's not really an issue. Also, Black Widow is not necessary right now, and Colossus is actively unusable for a newer player, so I'm not particularly worried about gaining access to farm them at this time. And yeah, for villains, it was definitely aim. I'm sorry. What do you like the standards? What are like the standards you invest in a certain character, like Thor or Vision? I will exclusively only ever invest in a character that has value right now. Let me show you. So right now, right, we are doing the Symbiote Spider-Man milestone. So I'm going out of my way to spend a little bit of gold. You'll notice, Tony, how do you have so much gold? Wait, Tony, how do you have so many gold orbs? How are you doing this, Tony? Like, well, I can do 3 or 4 nodes in U7. I could do 4 to 5 nodes in Beta Raid right now. So I'm on par with what I'm trying to do. And a lot of that's luck. A lot of that is the fact that I happened to start doing this and they happened to give out a free CM and a free Hela. You know, like that's just what happened. If they didn't, I would have built a lot more into the Shield team and been fine with that, because I know the Shield team with Quake, I think usually, instead of Shield Operative, tend to be like really strong as far as a raid team is concerned. So I'm not particularly worried about where I would be. I just kind of didn't have to. I got to work on better characters. To have the biggest team, you just need them to do something. So if you're using your defenders, right, and your defenders are doing U6 stuff, and you can do 30%, and you're meeting what everyone else in your alliance is doing, well, that's a really good time to say, well, maybe it's time I swap off the defenders. If you're doing Guardians and your Guardians are able to do 60% or 72%, you know, you're able to complete a lot of your lane in U6, then your Guardians are okay. It's time to work on somebody else, you know? The mistake a lot of people get into games like these is, if I take one team up really high, if I go tall, I'm going to be very successful. And the answer to that question will always be no, also you're wrong, also whoever told you that isn't your friend. Like, you're not going to be successful going tall for a long period of time. As a matter of fact, more often than not, when you go too tall, you are borrowing from Peter to pay Paul and you're losing yourself. That said, if you have proclivity, if you like a specific team, or if the team has a lot of usability, then you have no problem investing in going all in on them. You'll be fine, you know? Defenders and Ultron work against Red Skull? Just the Defenders can work. Well, I don't think the Defenders and Ultron work against Red Skull. I think Ultron works against Red Skull featuring Punisher. I feel like Ultron, Punisher, and then like the Ravagers might have a pretty decent chance against them. I don't think you require the other characters. How high are you taking up Miles? Miles is part of my main team comp. So because I'm using him in Arena, I'm investing a little bit more into him than I would normally. Went tall, 0 regret. Okay. A lot of people do that. You think you will have issues with Block Party? No. No. Because the last Block Party pen, I did the 2 that I could. And now it's every other week. And I didn't do the Block Party with the Defenders on my main account, so I don't think I'm going to need them. Again, I'm not never using the Defenders. Like, I'm not saying, like, don't ever use them. I'm not farming them. And the day I unlock... DSA is pretty fun for that. Where is it? I don't even know where Iron Fist is. The day I unlock Iron Fist, like, I'll have the Defenders team, right? So I will put a little bit stuff into them, get them to a decent number, use them as a Blitz team, because you're not abandoning... Like, you don't just not work on a team if it's a good team. You have uses for them. That team will help me if I need to do city lanes and stuff. It'll be great. The point is, I don't give a shit about Block Party, and I don't care who has to hear it. Block Party is not the game. That would be like if you started farming hand characters so you can get more ABCs. It's not intelligent. It's a dumb thing for dumb people. If you got a really strong Merc sniper so you can get a couple pieces of gold extra, that's a dumb thing for dumb people. Like, don't do that. It's the same kind of conversation. And then you end up with a really strong Defenders team that gets you maybe no war victories 90% of the time. And you're 3 months behind in Arena because you went that hard in Defenders. If you're smart and clever, you can work on it. Notice the AI hard focusing. Yeah, that should be fine, Jimmy. You notice the AI hard focusing your hero more than normal the past few weeks? What do you mean? Who will I farm to 7-star Block Party? I'm not going to farm anyone to 7-star Block Party. Like, I'm not going to rush 7-star Block Party. But if I am going to farm any characters, it's going to be the Spider-Verse characters plus Ms. Marvel. Like, whatever characters in the Spider-Verse I can get. So Spider-Man, Miles, Ms. Marvel. And then, because there are some characters that have really good extra value, like JJ, Night Nurse's rework is coming, so it might end up being Night Nurse. Do Wade's choice. Do whatever. Like, right now, I'm actually at energy cap, right? So, like, it's going well, Kyogre. Like, I farmed all of the character shards I needed for the day. So now there's got to be a character that I'm interested in working on. For a new player perspective, they're actually deceptively better because you get a lot of gold early and a lot of things to spend it on. So when that event started, I was like a week or two in, and I was easily able to spend like 1 million gold a day, which is huge when it comes to unlocking characters. But I wasn't in at the time, I wasn't in an alliance that was like doing too well on milestones, and you know, like you get a little bit more of one, but not as much another. He didn't have Symbiote Spider-Man, he just had the Sinister Six. Oh, that's crazy. That's literally me in 4 months, probs. Probably the same. You don't need to spend, just buy bio gear early and often. Yeah, that's true, but a lot of the characters you want to invest in early are bio too. This road to glory will take a long time. New Strike Force blog is out. It was out yesterday. That's literally me in 4 months and probs. You don't need to spend. How's my rock? I'm not farming Rocket. I can't farm Rocket. Rocket's in a store that I can't control. So I don't farm him. Yeah. Were you able to take advantage of the ability map bug on free-to-play? No, because I'm not at gear tier 12. Because I can't fight the 12, because you need to be level 70 to do it. Or like that. Yeah, no, I think it's level 70. No. I was already at the max level of the ability map challenge anyway, like where I can be right now, but I can't go further because it's level capped for me. New one today? New what today? There's a new blog post today? Exciting. Earth Day event. Returning legendary event. Premium orb update. Nexus 8 characters. Upcoming blitzes. Hold on, let me check something else out too. The Earth Day one is a joke? Fair. Is a whale event? Well, that my main account might care. Ability map bug? Yes, Colby. Are you logged in on the right account, Colby? You think a player should focus its farming on the legendary events? I mean, we will know more or less periodicity of them, and knowing who is next, will that give you time to prepare? It is impossible for a player to prepare for all of the events at once. It costs, what is it, 15... It's 1,550 total character shards to prepare a team for almost any legendary event. Oh, it's Clutch? Oh, my bad. I thought you were somebody else. So it's impossible. I think you should work on the legendaries that make sense for you. Like, I personally believe the right choice is to go straight into Starlord. This way you can start dominating your arena shard. You're not going to dominate someone who's outspending you. That's never going to happen. But if you're outspending, you don't need advice as to where to go, so it doesn't matter if you're spending that much. Like, you're just saving money, I guess, at that point. But if you're not spending money or spending very frivolously, not spending frivolously, you're probably going to want to make sure you have like pretty good choices, so you're not paying money to make up for your mistakes. And you work on Starlord, you get the Guardians, you could beat up you can beat up all the defenders, that's easy. You just giggle at them as you kick the shit out of them. And then, you know, that's without Merc Lieutenant, that's without Vision, just the Guardians will beat them up. So you move on to your next team, which is the Sinister Six, which will give you 2 brand new legendaries. Notification goes. This is on YouTube. Doesn't send out notifications unless you have the bell on for me. They need to make more Minerva farmable. It's been a year or more. They need to stop putting characters as premium orb exclusives. If they're going to be premium orb exclusives, they have to be nut draws. Like, that's another thing I believe. If you're gonna have an exclusive premium orb character, every drop has to be a minimum of 50 shards. That's it. Because I would care significantly less if whenever the few and far between times I pulled Minerva or whoever else, Yo-Yo or something, it was 50 character shards. I'd be like, that sucks, but at least it doesn't. At least I'm not getting 15 character shards. Was the ability map bug? You could the final 2 challenges of the ability mat were like all the characters had bugged health, so you could like auto fight it with like anyone because they all had like 1 hit point. Remember they said all the Inhumans would be farmable in a node or a store? Did they actually officially say that? If you can bring that clip up, if you can show me that, I appreciate it. Foxnex thinks defenders are OP, no red stars for Iron Fist like the other Tadano Mac blitzes. Makes sense. Thanks, Tony, for the advice in the past week. I'm enjoying Play Arena. Play Arena 2, the challenge, 12 tier 3. Nice, congrats. Congrats, Marcus. What else do we have? So, like, as far as city characters are concerned, my biggest issue is Daredevil and how much he took away from getting access to specific characters that are really good, like Drax, Vulture, and Juggernaut, right? If Daredevil was node farmable, I would have less of a problem, but, like, anytime you put... I didn't buy him. This is the result of pulling many Daredevils out of premium orbs, which is why I don't have any Iron Fist shards. I might, now that, like you said, what do you do with extra energy before? Cool. Huzzah. 8. Daredevil, he was never node farmable. You just saw he had a node that could matter. You used to get a free... Excuse me, guys. I have the hiccups. Probably should stop drinking Mountain Dew. Used to get a free Daredevil for walking in with Facebook. What? Get out of here. $20. Let me check the offers real quick. We're gonna turn this into a offer critique. Yeah, I'd buy this. I won't buy this on my main account because I believe I have a minimum of 4 on all of these characters. So I don't think, assuming all things are equal, which they don't tell you, I don't believe that it's in my best interest to try to get 5 stars on some of these guys. Like, I just don't think it'll happen. So since I do that, that's fine. I think this, for $10, it's a scratch-off ticket. Like, it's probably gonna be a pretty okay chance, but like I said, I have 4 stars on all these characters, so this is one of those offers that I don't have to ask who this is for. This is for new players. This is a high red star or decent red star on any character. Anyone but Iron Man would be nice. Yeah, but if they took Iron Man out, they have to put a bad or an unnecessary thing in every orb, or else it'd be called good value, and Foxnext is allergic to good value. They have to make there be something that feels bad, because in their tiny little pea brains, they believe that, like, if they put bad options in there, you'll feel triple as good when you get the good option. Realistically, you won't, because you're not getting the good option. Yeah. Yo-Yo and premium orbs is yet another step in the wrong direction. Let me check what other offers there are actually real quick before I go crazy. I don't have a problem with this offer if anyone's interested in it, but it is kind of stupid, right? Like, why are they giving you 50 shards over 7 days? Who is this for? Why not just give you 50 shards? Why is it over X days? This is dumb. This offer's bad. Bad. 50 promotion credits over 10 days. 50 promotion credits for $14.99. This is fine, right? You can't miss a day. If you make a purchase for the calendar, they are legally required to give you everything that's in the calendar. Missing, it's because it's not a calendar that exists. You're not gaining access to something. It starts when you start. So if you do buy this calendar, miss a day, and you don't get the reward from that, you can open a ticket with Apple or Google Play and say that they failed to give me what I got and get your money. Like, it is actually, because again, it's not a VIP service or something, like where you pay for 10 days. It doesn't matter that it says for the next 10 days. You don't get access to a 10-day calendar that exists. They generate one specifically for you. They have to give you everything. That's something that, trust me, you're going to see. These guys are terrible at verbiage. That's why there was a whole bunch of issue when there was that offer for, I think it was Yo-Yo a while ago, that said, like, unlock Yo-Yo now. And people were like, I bought the offer and it didn't unlock Yo-Yo. And they're like, well, what do you mean? Like, of course it wasn't going to unlock Yo-Yo. Anyone would know that. And be like, no, that's not true. Anyone wouldn't know that because you advertised it as unlock Yo-Yo. So, it's one of those reasons. But overall, I do think this calendar is pretty okay. Let's see what this is. Nope. No, so this is where, I think premium orbs. I evaluate things at a very weird number. 50 random character shards, random, not just 50 character shards of a character you choose. 50 random character shards, I think is worth maybe $10. So this orb is worth $10. So 24 to do the rest. Any orb that isn't a mega orb is worth $2.50. What's up? I got money back on Yo-Yo? Yeah, laid back nose. So this is, $750, $17.50, which is roughly half of this offer. So are we saying that $17.50 is worth 8 red star orbs and 40 promotion credits? I actually don't. As far as offers go, I think this one is reasonable. I don't like buying red star orbs. I don't like buying RNG. Not a fan of it, especially because red star orb rework sucked, and we all know that. They kind of like went a couple steps shy of it being an actual legitimately good system. So I don't know. I don't support that. So I wouldn't necessarily buy this one. This is, what is this? 6 orbs, 25 promotion credits. I think this one is way better value than this one. 50 is a 4-star upgrade. They're charging $20 for a random 4-star. Everyone would love if you could choose one of the 10 orbs. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the idea of... I don't even like the fact that there's a store. This I don't understand. Like, what you should be able to do is click on the character, and then, here. This is how Red Star promotion should work. Are you ready? I'm gonna blow you guys' minds. Hey, I would like to promote Spider-Man. Click. Would you like to promote Spider-Man to 1 red star? It will cost 1 promotion credit. Okay, click. Congratulations, promoted. That's what I would like to see out of the red star system. Not some arbitrary store that I have to re-roll to get lucky to find the right character. Miles is a beast in Arena. It's almost like I know how to play this game. What's up, Joby? Red Star rework is okay-ish, but the economy rework is a joke. I still hate that you can't progress your tunes with red stars like yellow stars. Yeah, that's my biggest problem. It's still not a progression system. I actually went out of my way to do a really awesome video called The Middle Ground, where I discussed the red star rework and was like, you know what, this isn't terrible. And then in the time between I uploaded the video and the first stream started for the night, they changed the word promotion credit to Elite 4 credit and like immediately destroyed half of the value. Is Mordo or Ronin worth investing in for the beginners? No. That's an easy question. Nope. Here, check it out. Because let me guys show you my roster, right? And I'll let you guys take a quick look and I'll explain. So, because I want this to be a little bit more interactive, because that's what the point of streaming this is, as opposed to just information, you guys know what I'm about, right? You've seen what I invested in. If you see something and you have a question, ask, and I'll do my best to answer it. And I've also added the chat here so people who watch this video later can follow along. You'll see that, starting at the bottom of my roster, at this point, this is just to kind of prove a point. Like, I did not put a single thing into Luke Cage after I stopped using him. Like, I got him to level 10 and I stopped. And this is just to prove a point. These are the characters that are, like, super duper close to unlock. Sif, Merc Sniper, Kree Noble, Killmonger. And every character has value, right? Every character is a new character for a Blitz team. They might have Mercenary Tag or Mercenary Tag 2 or Skill. You know, every character has a potential of being something good. What total power will you be taking the Guardians to complete the 5-star requirement? I'm looking probably at somewhere in the 70k range. Let me explain that a little bit. You see where Ravager Bruiser is? This is where it's over for him. He's not getting a single piece of gear on him. He's only going up. Does a post by Zeke's count as Foxnet claiming something? A post by Zeke's doesn't count as Foxnet claiming something. A post by Zeke's specifically is an official communication from Foxnext. So, the only characters I haven't worked on too much right now are Groot and Yondu. These guys are probably going to get up to about 20k. And you'll know why I haven't worked on them. It's because, come on now. Guess where my bio and my bio gear is going, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Do you see Hela? Have you seen this bitch? Boop. She's great. She's great. Yeah. Boop. Boop. I just want her doing more damage. What power level will you take the Guardians in order to complete Dark Dimension 1? $150k, maybe? 130 to 150k. Starlord and Rocket. I mean, I could just DM Zeke's right now, if you want. We could talk to her. I know, actually, I'll just hit her up on Instagram. Hold on. Sorry. Instagram. I was like, come in stream. Top 100 of my shard all have Hell and CM, but I don't have either of them. Will I get CM next month? You will get CM next month? Nice. 150k, that seems low, but you would know for sure. That's reassuring. 150k to do Dark Dimension? No, it's 30k each. Dude, Dark Dimension 1? How strong do you think... Dude, Dark Dimension 1 came out before Red Stars, bro. Your Fury Shield team was like 120k when you brought it in at 6-star. And that was gear tier 11. You were lucky. You want to know, like Dark Dimension 1 was dumb when you did it the first pass. It is not hard. It's not hard if you use a team with synergy. Dark Dimension 1 is hard if you take 6 random characters and bring them in. My Hela? Yeah. I got real close on Hela. Hey bro, just in your vids, they're really helping out. Happy, man. Happy to help. If you have any questions, here's the place to ask them. What do you mean DD1 is still hard? I mean, I didn't think it was impossible, but I remember like auto fighting it with the Fury Shield team more or less. Not auto fighting it, but like, you know, you get it to a certain point and then you would base, you know how you button mash the basic button? And that was Fury Shield, and I think we could all agree Fury Shield has lost a little something, you know? Yeah. Will you level up your Thanos and Minerva as BKT at their star level? Yeah. The BKT only needs to be about 30k. I'm sorry, 30k each character, 150k total, in order for the team to win. DD3 is bad design and bad player experience. You know what's messed up, Laidback? I enjoy Dark Dimension 3 because I understand that it's supposed to be a go in, do something, do a little, and walk away. I don't think it's well designed, I agree, because I think the problem is it's not designed to have a solution. Any puzzle that doesn't have a solution, that where the solution is I have to take a crowbar and jimmy the hatch open, shows just how poorly the design went. But that doesn't that shows you the most important thing, is that Foxnext isn't designing content to engage the players. Now that's not saying that like the content they design for campaigns and stuff, the stories and stuff, those are awesome. If you didn't remember, there's a point when in the opening stages of the Magneto event, and for those of you who just did it, you'll know it, when Magneto is stealing a Hydra submarine, And they're like, Magneto, why did we have to steal a Hydra submarine? He's like, well, I didn't want to actually steal a SHIELD submarine. And, you know, then they cut to Wolverine. He's like, Nazis? And Magneto's like, Nazis. And I'm like, that's a cool story. Like, great. Like, Magneto getting revenge against Nazis. Like, cool. Like, good job. So there's guys who do a really great job of telling a story. There's a really fun story in this game. How am I doing the series for? Till I unlock Ultron, and then I'm giving it away. I'm giving the account to somebody else. Hey, team. I was smart enough to get my rocket and start on DD1. Yeah. You talk about what order, gear levels, Dark Dimension 1, 2, campaign. You asked me that before, and I was still kind of wondering about it. Can you talk about in what order gear levels, Dark Dimension 1 and 2, campaigns, U5, were introduced and how it affects... Okay, yeah, okay. So we'll go back, and I'll kind of tell you the story of how this game grew, right? So U5 was the hardest Ultimus raid. It was before there were strike raids. They didn't exist. Greek raids, whatever you want to call them. Alpha, Beta, and Gammas, like, there was U5. And U5, the biggest problem with U5 was not about teams, because everyone used the exact same 2 teams when the game started, when U5 was the team to beat, right? Everyone used Captain America, Vision if you had him, but if you didn't, it was Quake, Night Nurse, and Black Widow. And if you didn't have Black Widow, then you had to have Yondu or something. But Black Widow and Quake were so overpowered, they actually considered for a long time nerfing slow. Because they're like, oh, 50% speed is too much. We're going to drop it down to... That was a real thing they considered. Because Black Widow giving your team speed up and Quake slowing the others down in Arena was crazy. Then Vision came out and we got the Boom Team. The Boom Team was Vision, Kingpin, Hand Sentry, Crossbones, and I always forget who the last character was. It might have been Cable at the time, because Cable was tech, but I don't actually remember. And those things kind of changed as far as Arena goes. Once U6 came out, for anyone who remembers and anyone who doesn't, U6 was equally as terrible as U7 was, and kind of still is to this day. The reward structure was awful. It was almost unplayable. It was way overtuned. And they actually had to, 1, fix the rewards, which they still haven't done for U7 yet because they're lazy. And 2, like, they had to fix the tuning. They just had to. They didn't have a choice because it was so impossible to do anything. And your opening team was literally take Captain America, Black Widow, Night Nurse, maybe even a second healer, and Storm. Yes, Storm, and charge her up on 2 or 3 nodes just so that you can take one of the boss node fights, whether it have been Luke Cage, Thor. Red Skull, I think, was relatively easy if you had Vision, if I remember correctly, but the Spider-Man node was kind of a pain. And that was to get 30%. There was a node in U6, if you didn't know, called a live pool that just no one beat. You did not beat a live pool. Then, you know, more people got Nick Fury. Fury Shield kind of took over as one of the better raid and arena teams in the game. And it wasn't until the release of the Brotherhood that they fell behind the Fury Shield curtain. Yeah. But when Minerva dropped, U6 was all from... Yeah. So that's kind of the story of going up to U6 up to that point. Can you explain equipment tiers for new players? Should I just max out? No, absolutely not. The number 1 rule, and I'm going to say this until everyone makes it their mantra, is you invest in a character until it can do what you need it to, and then you move on to the next one. My Captain Marvel does not need anything else. She's gear tier 10, she's 6654, she's good. We're good. She's okay. I might put more into her when I go into an arena fight and lose, but let's be clear, I'm not going to. Ooh, let's find somebody. What's the best fight I can take? Best fight. 564 looks right? Nope, 557. Why is this not always the best fight I can take? into Blitz raids and work on them until they can hold their own. Raids, well, Blitz doesn't really matter. Blitz is just, you know, kind of where your team is. It's always about balance for Blitz, or knowing which character is carrying the team. When it comes to, I'm trying to just build 5 X-Men for overall use. Yeah, that's not an option. That's not an option. In Blitz, you want Storm. In raids, you would use them for Storm. Like, you don't need Cyclops. He's totally unnecessary on the X-Men team, but he does do a lot of damage. So if you have him, it's Phoenix, Cyclops, Wolverine, Colossus, and Psylocke would probably be the better version of that team, but they're different needs. Like, that's the war team that's competent. You want Storm in, like, raid nodes and Blitz stuff, because you want more damage, and Psylocke just doesn't do that much. Is Scientist Scream good for early game? Nope, completely useless in the early game. Unfortunate, but true. Completely useless in the early game. She doesn't really break serve until much later, and it's unfortunate because a lot of times you unlock her and you hear everyone tell you, like, she's so good, because she is so good, but she's not good at a point in the game where she's not good at a point in the game where you're still growing. She's good at a point in the game when you're fighting literal endgame content. Is Wolverine good? Nope, terrible. Absolutely the worst character in the game. That's not true. That's Nebula. We all know that. No, he's not that good. A lot of times, a joke that runs around is, I've fallen so far in my arena shard that I'm seeing Wolverines again. Because the implication is a lot of people invested in this free character that they got without having to worry about it, and they knew they were going to keep getting more and more stars on. Stars aren't that important on characters. The only reason you would ever farm a star on a character is because they're necessary for an unlock. Gear and technically red stars, obviously, matter a lot for characters. So, who's my favorite in the game? My favorite Avenger in the game? Hawkeye. Hawkeye, and it's not even close. How is a character not in the game the worst character in the game? You're right. My bad. Nebula's not in the game. The time when your free-to-play start was so charmed. Super cool. Hella and CM. It's almost like I knew that. No, I'm kidding. I wish. Trust me, if I had known that, I'd be doing very different things. I can't farm Hela. Should I farm Hand Assassin for Phoenix? It's not an option. Right? If you can't farm a character, you don't have an option. I don't know who's going around telling people to farm an unfarmable character to unlock Phoenix. That's such overkill? Absolutely is, dude. This is a nightmare. The thing is, I basically use two... Well, first of all, I never bring in only 3 characters or so to a fight. I always take garbage characters. And all my characters are roughly the same power. That's what you notice. So that this team is Miles, right? And then a bunch of 2K power characters. I keep one team around just in case I need to fight a real fight. But, like, sometimes we get matchups where we're fighting like this. And then sometimes, like this guy's... Look at this guy. Look at this hero. I'm not fighting this team. This is not for Tony to fight. So what am I supposed to do? You know, that's the anchor on this guy's alliance. So, like... What character should I farm early in the game? What game? Marvel Strike Force? Guardians and Ravagers to unlock Starlord. Who's your favorite in the game? Are you trying to unlock Symbiote with this account? Oh no, I'll have Symbiote. I'll have Symbiote Spider-Man. Man, we entered war. My alliance is gold 2 with 785 trophies. Our opponent is 130 mil with only 10 more trophies than us. The war system is boned. Yep. And they're never going to change it. They're never going to change it because the people who spend the most money in this game would never accept a fair fight. No, there's no competition in this game. It's just, it creates the illusion of competition to I believe it's more competitive in high silver, low gold than it is at any other tier in the game. Because a lot of people just outspend each other. They don't have to be as careful. When you know your fights are gonna win, you know, you just you outspend. Why is Ronin bad for early game? He's cosmic and mystic for campaigns and he seems pretty strong overall. I didn't say he was bad for early game. I never said he was bad for early game. I said I wouldn't touch him for early game. Hey, Alto. I'm glad I found you so I could watch you during this bloody quarantine. Thanks, man. Is there any way we can revert Yo-Yo premium or exclusive after they said Inhumans would be a store nodes? Well, could we revert them? No, we can't change their decision. You want to, if you're mad at Fox Next, don't log in on Sunday. New rule. If you're not happy with the way the game is going or you're not happy, take all of Sunday off. Just don't do anything. Take it off. Just tell everybody, hey guys, sorry, I'm not going to log in today. I can't log in. And I mean 24 hours. Break your login streak. How the war pairing matchup is based on. I do know how they try to do it, but I also know that's pretty bad. Log your channel, you get me way more in MSF than otherwise would be. Super quick early game. Any value in investing in Okoye, Scarlet Witch, Sif, or Thor? Thor if you have Hela. If you don't have Hela, no, those guys are okay. You can leave them for now. They never said Inhumans would be no to store. Well, Crystal should be in some source unit, sure. Just unlock Venom, and I should put him time into him? Yes, because if you have Venom and Miles, you're in a pretty good spot. Venom's a really good early game character. Venom is an example of a really good early game character. He just gets better. I don't get 100% of my raids on Sunday. I'm gonna blame you, Tony. Oh, you won't get 100% in your raid because you won't be logging in on that day. Let me tell you something about the mobile game industry that a lot of people just don't know because they've never been in it. All of the money you make in a month, nothing. Some days you have good months, some days you have bad months. Do you know how you get advertisers? Do you know how you impress the board? Consecutive days played. That's all they care about. Ratings on the Google Play Store, consecutive days played. So whether you're happy with the game or not, go to your Google Play Store, give them a 2-star review. Not a 1-star, 2-star review. Doesn't matter what it says. 2-star review. If you're not happy with the game, make a review, 2 stars, and then don't log in for a day. Because if they have a whole bunch of players who have 700 active days, and then all of a sudden they just have a whole bunch of players that no longer have 700 active days, when they try to show the metrics of retention, they can't anymore. Destroys their economy. They have to listen. No amount of boycotting will change anything. No amount of lack of spending will change anything. Why 2-star? Because 1-star reviews average out. 1-star reviews don't matter. Because you can pay for 5-star reviews, and 1-star reviews only count as... don't actually count. It's always a 2-star review. They never said all Inhumans would be nodes or star... Yeah. I tested Miles versus Vision in Arena defense. Miles defended better. Yeah. Miles beats the piss out of a lot. I hate Venom and Miles, and we'll get Symbiote Spider-Man. Worth investing all the way from the start? Actually, yeah. I can't necessarily tell... like the average player that because it's unlikely that they're all gonna get Miles, but like if you're gonna get Symbiote Spider-Man early, like just broom 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 go. Those are the 3 characters that are like, well, obviously Carnage too, right? Spider-Man himself, he's the replaceable one on that team. Symbiote Spider-Man, Miles, and Venom, that's what makes that entire team go around. And since they're all bio characters, like you're not really losing too much when it comes to gear farm. You just farm for one character at a time and just kind of work it out. But, yeah. How have I got more energy? Who else am I farming? I guess I should put a little bit more into Thor. Boop. 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 But that's only if you're not happy with the game. If you're happy with the game, don't do anything. I'm using Symbiotes, Hela, CM, Bio. It's working out like a charm. So much self-healing. Yeah. Yeah. Not just S6? No, I'm working on independent characters that also matter. Like, I'm working on Thor. If I do this, can I push the button again? Do you have room in my alliance? In this alliance? I don't run it. Father John, do we have room in our alliance? Explain to me with my gear farming sharing. Does that affect what characters use? Yeah, so... Here, perfect example, right? All these characters take the exact same gear. So I get to farm the gear I want for a character, bring them up, onto the next one, onto the next one. And because that takes the same amount of gear, I don't have to go like, well, I need this gear for this character and then this gear for this character. So because I'm working on all these characters, I'm working on one at a time, and I can't actually over-invest. I can't waste or spend a lot of energy on these guys. So I'm forced to look into other stuff. So when you look at my daily farms, it's Groot, Yondu, Shocker, Ravager, Bruiser, right? These are the daily energy farms. Once I've done these, I'm just on gear. So for a while it was Mystic and Bio gear, and now we're done because these guys are, well, he's almost done. You know, can't do everything. But like once they get to gear 10, I'm done. I do not touch a character once they're gear tier 10. I'm not going to touch a character until they're gear tier 10. Like they're going to be cooked, and I move on to the next one. Even Minerva, I regret all of the investment I put in this one already. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't matter. She's acceptable in like a couple of fights, but like early game she doesn't do anything. Later, she's gonna be great. No regrets. But now, nothing. Would you farm shield from the nodes or just buy them from the store with credits? Store credits are a scarce commodity, so I wouldn't spend store credits on just anything. I exclusively would spend... Ooh, a premium orb. Alright guys, let's see what we get. That's unfortunate. I mean, I guess it's cool that I unlocked Iron Man, but... I mean, sorry, Ant-Man, but... We're not going to use him too much, so we'll do that. Why exactly 10? Because the cost to bring a character... Anomaly detected. Excellent. Because the cost to bring a character from 10 to 11 is roughly the same cost as bringing a character from 8 to 10. The gear increase and the beginning of requirement for specialty items is too great, and the jump from 10 to 11 is not better than the jump from 9 to 10. And that's because they designed Gear Tier 10 as the end step before they added Gear Tier 12, before they added Gear Tier 13, before they added... So every time they add a new level cap, it's designed that anything in between it was just a stop point. So Gear Tier 11 is not as high impact as Gear Tier 12. And because to go from Gear Tier 10 to 12, you could technically take 2 different characters from 8 to 10. I'd rather get characters to 10, park them, and then move on. And then, of course, if those characters are important, like for arena or for raids, or they're not doing something, then I would invest more into them, but I wouldn't just put in a piece or two. Now that we have the equip all button, I invest, maybe I might put in the damage or the health piece on somebody, but ultimately I just wait. Ant-Man may not be the worst character in the game. No, Ant-Man's awesome. The problem with Ant-Man is very simple. He needs more damage. If Ant-Man had more damage, he'd be one of the coolest and most utility awesome characters in the game. I did that in my review of the top bottom 10 characters in the game, like the 10 characters most desperately in need of a rework. None of them were minions, obviously. So farming gear for Yondu, I don't farm other characters that is share. Well, look at it like this. If you're farming gear for Yondu, Yondu takes Mystic gear, right? So that means that if you try to farm Yondu gear, you're gonna have a hard time investing in other Mystic characters. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm working on bio gear right now for bio characters like Spider-Man, Symbiote Spider-Man. So I can just go ahead and be like do. And because I have many options on where this gear is gonna go, I'm not really worried about what it's gonna. I don't want to do this. All right, let's be clear. I could probably do a little bit more in this fight. Oh, this is the other thing I wanted to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mantis. Oh no, Thor went up. That's right. I brought up Thor because I didn't want to use Thing because Thing's an idiot. I'm further with Spider-Verse as an early game player than if I would have went with Guardians. Absolutely, 100% correct. Wait, do you mean Spider-Verse or Sinister Six? And that, because if you're saying the Sinister Six, there's a break point. There's a break point where the Sinister Six can't beat the Defenders for a long time until you match an investment level. But if you're talking about the Sinisters, like SSM, yeah, the correct answer is make Sinister Spider-Man and Symbiote Spider-Man an early character farm, and then it's better than the Defenders, right? Like, none of us are disagreeing with the fact that if you get an early Symbiote Spider-Man, it's probably one of the best teams you can have. Easily, I think, actually. The problem is, you can't control that. Like, for the last month, we just couldn't get Symbiote Spider-Man shards. So what am I going to do? Tell people work on Symbiote Spider-Man even though they don't have access to them? No. Everything, and the same thing. If people look at this video and they say, Tony, how did you get Captain Marvel? I'm like, there was an event. Gave me Captain Marvel for free. Does that devalue the video? No. Because if there was 2 months from now, there could be an event that gives you access to another amazing character or something. Or there could be a $1.99 offer. Or something that's crazy. Like, you can't control the craziness. The whole point is, and one of the reasons why I say don't worry about the Defenders is, what the Defenders accomplish for your roster is nothing compared to what Starlord and the Guardians do. And because of that, regardless of whether you're a free-to-play player, a spender, working on the team that does the most for you over the longest period of time is definitely more impactful than working on a team that's kind of okay right now with a couple of different scenarios where they're okay. I'd say work on other members while waiting to unlock Symbiote Spider-Man. Yeah, but you can't control that. You absolutely can't control that. That's a silly thing. You can't control that, Snoop. Because you don't know when Symbiote Spider-Man will be farmable. And after the milestone ends, when will people be able to do that? You don't know. The point of releasing a video that makes a point is that it makes a point pretty much until something major changes. So if I'm 4 weeks behind you, do I have a chance of getting Starlord? I just unlocked Gamora. What are your numbers? Also, are you free to play? So if my Defenders are tier 8, 9, and my Guardians are 5, 8, should I focus on Defenders to 10 because they're closer? No, well, that depends, Alex. Are your Defenders capable of doing whatever the things you need? We gotta break this shit out, guys. I can't keep answering the same question. Characters don't need to be any gear tier. It doesn't matter. You don't need to have a gear tier 10, 11, 13, 17, 96. It doesn't matter. Your characters have a job. Every character you unlock has a job. Is it win in war? Is it win in raids? Is it unlock another character? Your responsibility as a player to make sure that you're successful is to make sure that every time you do one of those things, you can. Your responsibility to your alliance is when you're assigned a raid lane, you can complete that raid lane. So you don't take your power armor team to all gear tier 13 just so you can definitely kick the shit out of an Ultron in war. That doesn't do anything for you. If we had 60% of raid, then we're also able to hold their position in Blitz and Arena. So yeah, exactly. If they're good enough, then you're done. Because you're not going to invest in the Defenders and all of a sudden they're just going to be a better team. I see what you're saying, Snoopy. I just fundamentally disagree with all of it. Watching the stream reminds me of my first months playing the game, the memories, man. I know, right? I pulled a 5 red star Hela and Symbiote Spider-Man. Dope. Sorry, just looking at other stuff. War we're doing okay in. Wars are great for us because we either have like nail biters, 100-point losses or wins, or absolute obliterations. And we have no control over it. But it's not like we're fighting up or down dramatically. It's just what it is in this game. Wait, what do I have in Blitz? Orbs? Bio. Making defenders great again. Easy, fast farm. I now have 2 teams for DD2. 2 teams for DD2? What 2 teams do you have for Dark Dimension 2? Me watching this is probably like you seeing all DCA global launch players. What do you mean? DSA? I did play DSA for like 3 months before I went live. So like, yeah, I also sitting at 5.5 million TCP. I think I had more fun when I just started playing the game, right? Yeah, I'm 6.2 million TCP, and I'm like, whatever. Kind of random question: Would you be against rocking a mullet? Well, as it turns out, I don't tend to grow hair, so it's probably not going to be something that happens. I like to keep my head shiny. Is there a tier list or team you recommend as reference to new player? I only recently understood what legendary characters to look for, so I have a good character to work on, normal defenders or guardians. Wait, you have gear tier? You think you're gonna take the defenders into Dark Dimension 2? Why? You only need 5 characters. Actually, you only need 3 characters to defeat Dark Dimension 2. Yeah, you could take JJ. I guess you can also take... No. You could take Luke Cage. Luke Cage is viable. Look, I'm not saying it can't be done. People do it all the time. It just takes them a lot more gear than they wanted to spend. And it's not... Like... You could do it... Like, you could do it with a 30k Minerva. My Minerva was 30k, and I was one of I was the 1006th person to beat Dark Dimension 2. 30k Minerva. And some nodes they take to start a better survivability than Guardians, so I bring Guardians down from them. Gotcha. If you're gonna take Defenders into Dark Dimension, make sure they're at least 340k. Yeah. I would rather bring in the entire Shield team. The reworks they're now 260k. That's fair. But Tony, someone beat Dark Dimension 2 with the 384k team. Yeah, they did. It took them, what was it, 3.5 months, I think? My Shield team sucks at level 50? Yeah. Wouldn't have a Shield team that sucks if you didn't invest in the Defenders. What character do you need a level for Dark Dimension 1 or 2? 60 or 65? There's no, that's not an answer. You need them to be at the level that they can defeat the fights. There's no correct answer. What level would I recommend? Since it's the Guardians, max level. Yeah. Max level. Since you're choosing characters you're going to use in other stages of the game, why would you stop? Just... You don't need Gear Tier 13 for Dark Dimension 1. And you don't need all the Guardians to go into Dark Dimension 1. Like, you're gonna regret having a level 70 Starlord? You're gonna regret having a level 70 Rocket? You know what I'm saying? Like, no. There was a guy that entered Dark Dimension 2 with a Hydra. Yeah. Oh, Dark Dimension 2? Starlord, Minerva, Invisible Woman, 2 other characters. There are and those other 2 characters, by the way, those should just be characters you plan on taking into Dark Dimension 3 at this point, right? Like Hela, Black Bolt, maybe Invisible Woman, maybe Sinister, maybe Shuri, maybe Phoenix. Actually, since you're gonna get... The problem with Shuri is she's also a tech character, so you'd also have to have more tech gear for her specifically, but... Scientist Supreme? I wouldn't bring up Scientist Supreme for Dark Dimension. Yeah, she's better now, but yeah, she's another tech character. Her and Shuri I wouldn't touch, you know. What's up, Firewall? How you doing? I just wouldn't bring in too many tech characters into Dark Dimension, man. It's gonna take forever, you know? You already have 2. If you really wanted to split it out, it would be like the bio character would be Invisible Woman. A mystic character would be Hela, if you have her. If you don't have Hela, Juggernaut. He's really good as an off tank. And then as a skill character, it could easily be Coulson at that point. You know, like it doesn't matter who it is. Mr. Sinister's disgustingly good in Dark Dimension. Yes. Yes, he is. Boop. I might have to try this a little more, but I don't want to be at cap anymore. Do I get an orb yet? Nope, never getting another orb again. I really am not worried too much about Proxima. I feel like by the time Proxima Midnight's going to be a character of import to me as a player, by the time that matters... So here's the thing, right? If I'm a new player and I'm wailing out, I'm wailing out hard on the ability to unlock Black Bolt so that I can have an Ebony Maw, and I'm going to start the game in like 60 days with the Black Order. And then I'm just never going to worry. If I'm not that person, whatever, I'll wait to get him later. DD1, anyone would do, don't worry about it, but it's true, DD2 defenders don't do well. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, in Dark Dimension 3 right now, I'm bringing in 10 characters. I put Sabretooth in to eat like 2 ults. Last night, I put in a Sabretooth and he just he just stood there as CM ulted him in the face and obliterated him for 220,000 damage. I was like, thanks Sabretooth, you're the best. Now, I can use my real team. What are you gonna do? Do another arena fight. $4.99. Can I do a better fight than $4.99? Yeah, I could probably do a 42. Useless. Okay, so the CM is the only threat on this team. So this is a weird fight. There's a 20k punch up, roughly, right? No, sorry, it's a 10k punch up. Sorry, about a 10k punch up. If their CM goes first, I win. This is the reverse trick. If their CM goes first, I win the fight. Regardless of who it hits, including Minerva. Tech Gear the hardest gear set to farm? Yes, because it's got the most characters you want the most. Tech, like, Bio and Tech are the character pools that have the best characters to constantly invest in. Every other character is just, like, Mystic is like 3 or 4 decent characters. God damn it. to invest in characters right now that don't matter because I keep a nice pool of gold on me at all times, and because I only work on the characters I need right now, I can afford to say, oh, you know what? It's time. It's time for me to work on. Can I Discord my squad? Team we use to unlock Phoenix? back. I think everything got moved back. I think when they pushed back the Black Bolt and the Ebony Maw event, they shoved back everything. So Black Bolt was obviously supposed to be, I think it was like, not this week. Was it this week? Or was it like a week before? No, that's... I thought Black Bolt was supposed to be earlier, and now he's going to be the 27th. Either first Lego in June or second. Might be June 8th or... Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I know what you're saying. So, yeah, there's... We're getting a little bit extra time to farm Black Bolt, and because of that, yes, it is totally possible that you get the character shards you need, but stop opening Blitz orbs, dude. That's the... Like, you are now hard farming Gamora. What's the best way to spend your gold? Investing in characters that you want to get high on, and then sometimes buying specific gear from the store. Just don't... If you come to the point where you feel the need to be purchasing what is the... No, wait, here it is. If you feel that you have to buy this every day, you are investing in too many characters. Should finish 3DT before 6 month in game. Whom? Discovered you a month ago. Stopped Defenders and pivoted Guardians. Worked on Hela. Unlocked Minerva. Went from 300k to man. Dope, bro. Look for... Oh my god. If you're getting a 6 month Dark Dimension 2, I'm gonna cry for you, my friend. That's a beautiful moment. I want to get high on Hela. Dope. So Horde Blitz orbs as of now. No, open the orbs you get, but don't, like... I specifically mean don't use the credits. Like, you don't get that opportunity. If you're trying to target farm for a character... One of the reasons why starting with, the idea of opening Blitz orbs, and even I did it, I opened Blitz orbs too, was because you were working so hard on the Defenders that, like, Blitz orbs was a free amount of gold you got, and then a couple of characters here or there. When you're target farming for a specific purpose, like I'm target farming Mantis, you don't get the luxury of rolling the dice. There are too many characters in Blitz orbs now. Like, before, like, this was the cutoff. For a long time, Ant-Man was the cutoff. So there was 2, 8, 9, 10, 11. There were 11 characters in Blitz orbs. For a really long time. When they added Mantis, there was 12. That's a pretty decent chance of getting 5 shards. Now there's 2 additional rows of characters. 1, 2. Well, sorry. 1, 2. So 4 extra characters. Yeah, there's nothing worse than Yo-Yo being a premium exclusive. Because she's a character players are going to need. But Fox Next be Fox Nextin, so I don't know what to tell you. What else can I do? Wait, have I spent the required amount of gold to get what I need? I need to spend 500,000 more gold? Ugh. Did they make it official? Yeah. Sorry. I'll be spending, like, the difference later. Like, I don't need to buy anything right now, so... Did I miss your plans post Sinister 6 farm? I don't have plans post Sinister 6 farm. My plan after getting a 5-star Sinister 6, and that's it. They don't need to be 6. My plans after getting a 5-star Sinister 6 are going to be see what has happened to my roster, because there have been many milestone orbs and premium orbs and mega orbs, and things have changed, and I'm going to lean into whatever makes the most sense for me to get. Now, once I get the Guardians, obviously, I'm doing all right in Cosmic nodes right now, you know? Like, I don't really progress in campaigns because I don't have to. Actually, let's see if I can beat this fight. Are you spending enough to get the next milestone in tier 4, or are you stopping at the last Spidey shard? I spend about 1.2 to 1.8 million a day on this account. And I've been saving up for it. That's why I haven't been working on characters. So now I'm taking the opportunity to spend a little bit more freely and building up multiple different teams. For example, if I unlocked Iron Fist, now I would absolutely work on the Defenders, because that's only going to cost me gold and gear as opposed to energy from farming characters. So I'd still farm the characters. And remember, the most important thing is getting the 5 stars, because you can have a gear tier 13 4-star Yondu that's not going to help you unlock Starlord. And since unlocking Starlord is a seasonal thing that can only happen once in a while, it's more important that you unlock him than anything else, really. Not sure if I saw the message, but I really appreciate your opinion. Not sure if I'll be able to unlock Starlord. My arena team is Hela, Sif, Thor, Mantis, and Captain Marvel. You think I'll be able to hold up? Hela, Sif, Thor, Mantis, and CM? Can you get Loki? Because if you can get Loki on that team, you can replace Sif with Loki and then never worry about another thing ever again. That team will be fine for a while. You just have to remember, like, that team is good against the Defenders, right? But when you bring in the earliest version of the Guardians team, or if you bring in a BKT team, they're gonna probably roll over a good portion of it. So whether you're gonna hold up, you'll definitely be among the higher part of your current grouping, but not getting Starlord. And again, we do have over 4 weeks. I just set a goal to get all those characters within the next 4 weeks to be at 5-star. So you were probably gonna, it's probably about 2 months away. So if you can't get those characters to 2 months, then it's a different story. But we know we have 3 legendaries before him. We know it's Black Bolt, then we know it's Shuri, then I believe Shuri, right? It's not IW, it's Shuri. And then we know it's Ebony Maw. When is the Amazon watch party? It's going to be as soon as I finish this stream, actually, now. We have to. Well, I'm gonna have a cigarette and then we'll do that. Did I miss your plans post Sinister 6 farm? No, you got that. Okay, just trying to catch up. This is a whole new weird setup for me on streaming on YouTube, so I'm going crazy. Will you be a part of the charity stream, Tony? Yep, Sunday I'm streaming. Sunday I'm streaming after Remen. I'm probably gonna hang out with Remen a little bit before I go live. We're doing a stream on Sunday for Doctors Without Borders. It was put together by, I think it was Paolo. And we're just going to kind of have a link up and kind of try to throw some support any way we can to the guys who are working real hard during this time. So I'll be on, be playing the game, be doing my normal stuff. And there'll probably be like donation links and stuff all over the place. I don't know. Yeah, BB on the 27th, then the Maw following the 27th. There's a gap, and Shuri makes the most sense. Yeah, it's either Shuri or IW, right? Unless they jump Starlord by an entire week, that'll piss me off. Will you be part? Yeah. I don't need Hela for Black Bolt and made it to her node. I don't know if I could 3-star it anytime soon. If you could beat the node, then like 3-starring it is just easier, right? Like Shuri is due. That's true. Shuri is due. We were told we were getting Shuri specifically between the Red Star events, and the Red Star event is the first of the month. So that does make sense. Actually, it would make a lot of sense if they did the Shuri event around the time of that Saturday Red Star Flash event. So just kind of keep that in your brain parts. No, that makes sense. Shuri will definitely be the next one. Yeah. Just thinking that through. Oh, we're at the next stage of Cosmic. Great. I don't need anybody here. This is where I'm just like, nah, it's alright. I'll start working on this, but like the only character that I want to unlock is at 3-6. And that's Loki. And I'm not going to be able to get Loki right now. So I'd rather unlock Loki, work on him, and then bring in that team. So I'm not rushing. Like, I don't need anything else in the Mystic campaign. Like, there's no gear I need to farm for it right now. I'm good at gear tier 10, so we're okay. Can you do an offer review? I already did an offer review. You should watch the replay. Oh, I'm glad I asked then. I'll be able to get him soon. Ooh, sure. Okay, so basically, fine if you have 3s on everyone, maybe 1-4, but if you have 4s on everyone, this offer's terrible. Meh. Okay, because all the other stuff is probably okay, and Red Star Orbs are... If you think Red Star Orbs are worth $2 or something, like, it's still fine. This one's worse. This one's really bad. This one's hilariously bad. If it was a minimum of 2, I'd say buy it. And then all of the character offers are pretty horrendously bad. That's it. Is there a strategy of who to kill first for the Hella node? Probably. But the Hella node was a free-to-play villains farm, so I just used my strongest characters. It's hard for for me to evaluate a lot of the content as it is, because when I do the fights, like I'm either stronger than all of the content, or the content is outscaled for what I'm doing. So it's not really about strategy. It's about like waiting for something new to happen. That said, if I remember the Hella node specifically, I'm trying to remember what team I used for generic villains. I believe I used the Brotherhood with Minerva. And then I really didn't have to worry too much because the Brotherhood controls a fight for a decent amount of time. Such a good offer, someone is willing to spend a little. So, yeah, but I just don't like to give advice that I can't confirm. You know, like, one of the worst things I think in any game, and I see it a lot in DSA right now, is someone that'll tell you, like, this is the best thing in the world, and only be able to describe it from a perspective no one else will see. Like, if you ask me, Tony, what's the absolute best team to finish the, you know, Blaster Challenge, you know, the highest tier of the Blaster Challenge? And I'm like, well, first you gotta have Gear Tier 14, Ultron, and Cable. Like, who am I talking to here? Who's this advice for? Other people with ridiculous rosters? That's not gonna help anybody. So I try to make sure that when I give advice, it's as accurate as I believe it to be, and more importantly, like, it helps the person I'm giving advice to. And that's why, like, I don't get mad when someone tells me, like, I worked on the Defenders and I had a great time. I'm like, cool. Like, good. That you're playing a game. Like, you should enjoy it. You know? That's it. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight. I'm going over to Twitch in probably about 10 minutes. I'm going to start a watch party. I don't know what we're watching, so it's because it's kind of like a very limited pool of stuff. Watch party is basically simple. If you have Amazon Prime, I click a button and it plays a movie on Amazon Prime. And if you have Amazon Prime and it's linked with your Twitch Prime account, for whatever reason that happens, because they're the same company, you can also watch it. If you don't see it. You just see my reaction and whatever. So it's kind of like a small little gathering, but I don't have anything else to do, and there's not really much gameplay I can show, so I'm just waiting for that. Other than that, next week, just to give you guys the closing on this, you know, week 8, the 2-month category, for the next week, I'm going to be working a little bit on Sinister 6 characters, as I can kind of take away my farms on Groot and Yondu. Those guys are well on par to get there in the next 4 weeks. As long as I hit 5-star on all of them in 4 weeks, I can confirm to everybody that it is totally reasonable within 3 months that you can unlock Starlord. So you get to make the decision whether or not it's okay for you to target farm the Defenders to unlock and then move on. I just want to get the real dates for everybody. And then even if it takes Starlord a little bit longer to come by, great. Maybe I can get a 6-star or something like that. But my goal was, of course, always 90-day Starlord unlock, whether he was there or not. That's why I started the day his event started. And that's it. So hopefully next week I'll see you guys with maybe some cool changes to the roster. Maybe Fox next decides they want to start being a dope company full of cool decisions and allow a lot of early players access to certain things, but I don't believe that's going to happen. Other than that, have a good night. Have a great day. I've been Tony Scungili, and thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.